ever meet Chelsea Green?
Oh, I worked with her, yes, for many, many years.
Uh,
Yeah.
good girl, good girl. And I
So
think you and her would gel.
I think we wrestled each other. We have wrestled each other. I was there for her very first tryout with TNA, and I wrestled with her and I produced her. And then she went on to WWE this last time, and she's great. She's one of the most entertaining females I've ever seen out
Oh,
there.
she is. I had her
Oh,
in TNA, and we gave her the wedding
yes. Oh, yes.
where she was stood up at the
Yes.
altar.
Yes.
Oh my God! And the story just wrote itself.
That's
And
when
we
she,
had her in the back, and she was breaking down in tears. What
yeah.
happened? I don't know. I don't know. Then we tried to interview her, and she was talking about a lost puppy she had seen. She was just out of it. Then the next week, she was still in the back crying. And it, and then I swear we did about 3 weeks with it, and then they come up. Well, we got to do another gimmick with her. I went, wait a minute. Well, I don't have time. We can't change it right
She
now.
wore that wedding dress until it was pretty much, it went from white to black. It was that
No
dirty.
kidding. I said, I wanted, that's what I told him. And no, we need it's not appealing. I says, well, I like it and everybody else seems to like it. So I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, we took her out of it, killed the gimmick, killed her too. So,
She's
Dutch,
doing great.
you know, like
yeah,
whenever
yeah.
you talk about Impact when you were there for like 2017, unless you're talking about Chelsea Green, every
Mm-hmm.
single thing you say is, "I don't remember. I was in catering."
Well, but things I like, I remember.
Yes.
But when
Yes.
people ask me about that time, I say, it's just regular bullshit that don't mean nothing. So I was in catering doing most of it, and somebody says something happened now, whatever, straighten it out.
We
And
forget a lot.
that's where I would spend most of my time because. But anyway, James, any more questions so we can let this young lass go and
No,
enjoy her life?
we've
Yeah.
we've enjoyed you very much, Gail. I could ask a million different questions, but I don't want to take up any more of your time.
I cleared out my day for you guys.
Oh, good. Right, I'm going to ask you another question then. Um,
Yeah.
a fan actually wrote this in. Please ask Gail Kim if she thought Roxxi Laveaux should have been cut from the TNA knockouts. At the time, WWE were doing bra and panties matches. Roxy was doing hardcore matches. She had a fantastic ladder match with you. She took a wicked chair shot from Awesome Kong. I think, because someone else wrote roughly the same thing, she was doing so much, like really putting the effort in. I think she had her head shaved, and then
Yeah.
TNA fired her. So what's the whole story with that?
So Roxy actually left TNA while I was back in WWE. So I don't really know the reasoning of why she left. I've always highly respected her. She was one of the 5 girls that were actually part of our women's division, pre-division. She came in to work with Billy Gunn and Road Dogg, remember, as Roxy, that was the Voodoo Mafia or whatever it
Oh,
was
yeah.
called. I love her. I don't know why she left. I think, and I know that she had lost her passion at some point, and her name gets brought up still to this day, where people just love her and respect her. And listen, everyone feels the same way about her. So it's always just sad when people, yeah, they get disenchanted with the business at some point, whether it's not being used or I don't know if that's the case with her. I don't know what happened after. But I love her. I think she was great. She should have been, was she never a champion? I don't think she was ever a champion with us.
No,
She,
I don't think so. Who is okay? Let me ask you this. Here's another girl that's been in TNA that's kind of been in the headlines lately. Tessa Blanchard.
oh, I did read this recently, and I
Wait a
was
minute. Well, I don't like that.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
What is her deal? What's going on with her? This has been
all
going on for 5 years or so.
I know. All I know about Tessa is that she is very loyal to CMLL. That's where she is currently. Kind of been wrestling there the last couple of years. I did talk to her. I think this last couple of months, I think I just touch base and see how she was doing and everything. And she seems like she's doing good. All the details of her controversial story, I am not really sure where that is left at. I don't know the last I probably know as much as you, Dutch, what I read online, right? So you kind of hear rumors
Oh,
of
I believe it all. The more negative it is, the more I'm going to read it and jump into it. See, when I started podcasting, I'd go out there and put people over and do this and do that. But I found out that the more negative you are, the more money you make, because the people, they run to the negative.
it's
Say,
controversial.
Dutch says Scott Demore was a good booker. Nobody wants to read that shit.
Oh no, what's going to be the clickbait article on this one?
Oh, I don't know. We'll find something.
Yeah, she definitely.
Let me ask you something. Who was the girl that sued TNA and about 50 people in TNA? You remember what you know, James?
I know. She sued over 1,000 people.
What's her name?
You torture me. I can't remember. She was really tall. She was black. She was
her last name was Khan.
Rocka Khan. Rocka Khan?
Rocka Khan.
Yes.
Rocka Khan. Did you get sued?
Oh, I didn't know about this. I'm glad I got sued.
Did you know her?
I worked with her.
Okay.
I was there when she was Scott Steiner's, when we tried to make her like his freak, basically. Yeah.
Oh, I liked her. I mean, I
like
Rocka Khan. I mean, not Rocka Khan. I liked the Steiner. Rocka Khan, when I heard about the suit, I went, what is she suing for? And I started reading the suit, and it got more outlandish and more outlandish. I said, I don't know why I haven't been sued too. She sued. How many people did she sue, James?
It was 1,000 people. She sued The Rock. She sued Chris Benoit, who hasn't been around for quite a while. She sued the state of Texas.
Oh,
she sued universities, schools, nurseries, the police forces. Jim Cornette, I know he sued. She sued. Anyway, it's for $3 billion, and it didn't go very far.
No.
I've never heard any of this before. This is the first I've ever heard.
I had an attorney call me from Dallas one time, a TNA attorney, and he had a long, drawn-out Southern accent. He said, now, Dutch, that girl you calling her Rocka Khan? Yeah. We might get in trouble over that because it could be confused with Shaka Khan. I mean, get the hell out of here. You don't know the damn difference. I didn't tell him that, but I said, well, I'll look into it, and never heard from him again. Then the next thing I hear that Rocka Khan had sued everybody. Did you sue Vince Russo, James?
I've got a list here. New Mexico Police Department, the NYPD, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, New York, just New York. A fraternity, The Miz, Heath Miller, Nikki Bella, Chris Benoit, somehow, Mark Jindrak, Panda Energy, Home Depot, Florida Championship Wrestling, Steve Kern, the NWA, Billy Corgan, Deep South Wrestling, that's also defunct, Bank of America, Michael Jordan, the basketball player, several universities, Jim Cornette, Mick Foley, New York City Area Energy Company, and others.
That's enough. See, that's the business, Gail, you wanted to get into.